that show. Anyway, well, hey, good to be back. It is Brock and Hunter and the Plan B Morning Show. We are streaming. Join us. I just got on there because I was a little late. I'll be honest, getting back in the swing of things, getting my rhythm back. I forgot that I needed to go get my coffee. And then I realized, you know what? This coffee cup was or washed for a week.
The John Coffee Cup.
The John Coffee mug. I hope that the hot coffee has killed anything that was settling in there for the last week and a half, basically.
Dude, you see me with this one every single day. When's the last time you think I washed this?
See, that's what I think. Hot coffee should take care of it, though, right? Should kill off anything.
I wash it out with water and then pour it out at the end of it, you know?
Just rinse it and dump it. Right, exactly. That's fine. That's enough, isn't it? That's fine.
Oh, I mean, I'm still here, I guess.
If not, the coffee will kill off whatever we need.
God, it's the first time I had coffee in a week and a half.
That's going to get you going. That's going to get you amped up. Your tolerance went down, man. You know better than that. You should have kept going. Or at least, you know, it dropped it in every once in a while. Like a cup here, a cup there, a little espresso there. It'd be all right.
Hey, you got your fishing shirt back on. You haven't worn that in a while.
Yeah.
You go fishing over the week?
I did, actually. You should have seen Riley and I went to a nice little trout park when we were down in Missouri. Caught a big old trout, ate it yesterday, had a very nice meal with it. But I got out a couple times, not as much as I would have liked.
Did you cook it like you cooked when we went up north? Did you just shove a stick in its mouth and roast it like a marshmallow?
No, this one actually air fryer, and I did some different seasonings on it. So I did like just a typical like Mrs. Dash kind of everything seasoning. I used that new your wife, I think, uses it all the time with margaritas, that Taja, whatever that.
The
tahine. I used that, and then also oyster sauce on another part of it. So I kind of got like, air fryer, $3.90 for 10 minutes. It was delicious.
Nice.
Delicious. But
did Riley like it?
She did. She ate some. She didn't go crazy for it.
Did you have to cut the nuggets in like dinosaur form for her to eat it?
Trust me, it's a dinosaur. Eat it. Why do kids look? You could show a kid a chicken, okay? Be like, do you want to eat this? It's delicious.
It's a drumstick. This is what we call a drumstick.
Absolutely not. But then you make it into the shape of a pterodactyl, anything, any of your dinosaurs. They're like, that is the greatest thing I've ever had in my entire life.
Does she eat fish sticks? Has she ever tried a fish stick?
A little bit. She doesn't go crazy for them.
Do kids still eat those? I remember as a kid, like even as a kid, you can even put them in dinosaur form. I was still like, it's not the same as the other one. The other one, the chicken one, tastes different.
It does. I mean, we've gotten them for her, but I think it's still. I think she's not quite old enough yet for the fish sticks. I think she's going to be a little bit, maybe like middle school age or elementary school age before she goes nuts. Me as a toddler, oh my God, went to town on some fish sticks.
Yeah,
yep.
Had a lot.
Yep. Sure, not healthy for us.
We didn't have an air fryer back then. They weren't crispy.
It's microwave or in the oven. This is going to take forever. God, is this thing ever going to be done cooking? No, it's got to preheat, and then we got to cook it for 45 minutes. No,
that's wild too. What would you eat them with? Ketchup, right?
Ketchup, of course.
Yeah. Now imagine just having a fish on your plate and then throwing ketchup over the top of that.
Piece of like salmon, red snapper.
What are you
delicious. Delicious. I eat all my fish with ketchup. It's delicious. You're absolutely right.
I'm right on that. Like nobody thinks about that, but that's just because it has bread on it.
Let's see. I would take the surf and turf, and with the surf, please, could you bring a bottle of Heinz, please? I would like to have that with my crab.
57 on the side,
please. Your finest Heinz to go with the red snapper with the mackerel.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Hey, well, speaking on the fishing thing real quick before we move on, there's a lot of people around here fishing still too.
Oh,
you can see them. You can see the boats everywhere, man.
Yeah, I heard things were good. A little slower, but I know the like the catfish and the freshwater drum, sheep's head, all that were hitting. So, yeah. Did you get out and fish at all? Did you go out on the boat while we were gone?
Actually, you know what? Be honest with you, yesterday. That was it.
That was it?
We went yesterday. So, hey, happy belated birthday to my brother. It was my brother's birthday yesterday.
CJ, you ass.
Happy birthday, CJ, you ass. But one of his things, he's like, let's get out on the boat. Let's go. He's like, I want to be out on the water at 11 a.m. And I'm like, CJ, I work at the casino the night before till like 3 a.m. Those numbers ain't matching up.
I don't like it. I don't like those numbers.
I got my ass up as early as I could, and we got out there yesterday. So,
how was the weather, by the way? It was hot down in Missouri, man. Oh,
actually, it was pretty good, man. It's been beautiful here. It really has. You know what I think it's been? It's been windy. It's been super windy. So I think the breeze is taking care. It's cutting the heat.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy to be back up north because, dude, when we left Friday last week, all right. So this last Friday, we left Missouri. It was already like 80 something in the morning. I'm sweating, loading the truck up. I'm like, this is miserable. There was a 17-degree difference on that day. Down in Missouri, it was going to be like 87, up here 70. I'm like, I cannot wait to get back. It's just too hot down there, man. Ugh.
Well, hey, from what I've heard, I heard this weekend and beyond, 90s.
90s?
Hot. It's going to be hot.
I mean, it is about time. It's June, so
I mean, you are right.
It's June up north.
Right.
It's June, but like this morning, I got outside. And I'm like, oh, that nice crisp, northern morning. I loved it, man.
You know what our buddy Ray brought up yesterday?
Huh.
He was like, dude, if you think about it, since the first of this year, it's been pretty nice.
Yeah,
it's been really nice.
Yeah,
we've had nice weather since like January. If you really think about it, we had that couple snowfalls. But since January, I was outside golfing in January and it didn't stop.
Nope.
Kept going. My shoulder will tell you.
Global warming's not that bad. We're fine. It's good. F them polar bears. I want to golf in January.
Yeah, we got Al Gore over here on his high horse. I told you.
Enjoy your golf in January, you son of bitches. The polar bears are dead. Anyway. All right. Well, hey, we'll catch up more on this, find out more about what you got into, what we got into, everyone else got into. Right now, though, let's get back to it. It's time for your morning dump. I keep forgetting what we're doing. I'm so off rhythm. But hey, it's morning dump. As always, your morning dump brought to you by Pump
That
Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them 269-445-7777 or visit pumpthatseptic.com. Yeah, pump it. We still got that down. Still got that. Nailed that.
Right. We've been doing that since 2016.
I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes screaming Pump That Septic. It's
77!
77! Where am I?
Did you just have a Pump That Septic dream?
I did. Me and Dervin were in the trenches. Everything was a mess.
Go back to bed.
Right. Anyway, pumpthatseptic.com. Check them out. You're gonna love this, Hunter. You are gonna love this. What in the hell is living off the coast of South Africa that's big enough to bite a shark in half? Wildlife officials there found a 15-foot long great white chewed in two. It had washed up on the beach. The shark was so big, it had swallowed a 6-foot dolphin before whatever it was had tried to eat the shark. It's like a seafood turducken. I didn't write that, but that's funny. You get the shark and the dolphin. It's like
all right, John Madden.
It might have been eaten by a killer whale, which is weird for that part of the world. Even weirder, Hunter, the shark's liver was missing.
That's a killer whale, right? That's what the killer whales kill sharks for. I just read that recently.
The liver?
Yeah. They specifically hunt sharks to get the liver.
So
right, that's orcas, or was that a balloon? No, that was a killer whale. It's a killer whale, dude. They're super smart. Super smart.
Killer whales are terrifying. Honestly, I think more terrifying than some of the other stuff out there.
But how big was this shark?
15 feet long.
15-foot shark.
That's not a baby shark. All right. That's not a baby shark. No. Big ass shark. All right.
What is going on in the waters?
Chewed in half. And again, you brought up the killer whale, but they added that's weird for that part of the world.
Yeah.
For that to be happening.
Now, what do you think? Megalodon? Is there a megalodon out there?
I think there's stuff we don't know. I really do. And I'm not trying to be fun or cutesy for the show or for the bit. We know so little about the ocean. And
It's just so hard to study.
right.
Everything's moving.
Hey,
It always changes, and it's so fast.
I tell
So
you what,
fast.
too, and they're talking about what we're doing to the environment. And like the cold water from the melting caps is
It's pushing-
changing. It's
pushing them
pushing
north.
in, and it's changing like the water chemistry. Not to mention the tons of pollution. How do we know that we're not waking up some Godzilla-esque thing that's just pissed off, or it's got to move feeding grounds because we're affecting its?
Yeah.
Dude, we don't know. We don't know. The ocean is terrifying. Okay.
The lake is terrifying. I can still see shore. And I'm looking around like dude, something's gonna pop out of this.
That pond at Grandma's backyard with the little koi fish was scary.
Right.
All right.
We brought the
Okay,
life
right
jackets,
on.
right? We got life. Okay,
Uh-huh.
at least we got those. What is going on out there? So
I don't know.
I mean, I have seen recent videos of what are they in Japan or something? They just caught a giant squid. The thing is, they got it up next to the boat, and the boat they're on is huge.
Yeah.
And that thing is, it's just terrifying.
Yep. And now here's a 15-foot shark chewed in half.
just
Okay.
bitten in half.
In half.
There's people out there just jet skiing around, just having the time of your life, aren't you?
You got Dale down in Florida just hauling ass in his jet ski that he was able to pay for after that injury in Walmart.
Yeah, right.
His mullet's blowing in the breeze. He's got his pit vipers on. He don't care.
You don't
He don't care. And he is moments away from being eaten alive by something in there that we don't know what it is.
You saw the video of the kayak that got swallowed up by
Yeah.
the whale,
The
right?
whale. That whale came up
And just opened its mouth.
Yep.
And there you go. Right in. Oh my God.
If it wasn't for the unmalleable plastic of that kayak, that made the whale probably spit it out.
It's a Jonah story, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what that is?
Hope you got a lamp on you because you're inside that whale. Hope you got it.
I brought
I
one.
do. Unbelievable. I actually do. Look at that. Oh, we're in a whale.
I got spit out. You know,
What happened?
it's just
Yeah. I told you you'd like that story. I knew you would because it's just
a
nuts. It's nuts.
15-foot shark bitten in half.
Like if you
Yeah,
would
let's go back out there. Let's find whatever bit that in half. No,
Yeah, if you would have came at me, oh, it's like a 8-foot shark, which is still big, you know, a 6-foot shark. Yeah, that's food. That's
Okay.
something bigger.
question.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put this in perspective here. Somebody was like, hey, it's a vast amount of woods over there. You can go into those woods, but pretty sure there's a T-Rex roaming around in those woods. Are you gonna go?
No,
Are you gonna go moseying around? Oh,
no, right now here's
no.
we can't guarantee there is or is not a T-Rex, but it's on you to find out.
It's on you to find out.
No, the fact that you even bring that option up,
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done. But for
seeing-
some reason, you turn the woods into water, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting down in my skivvies. I'm gonna let my toes dangle in there."
beautiful. I can't see.
What are you
I
doing?
can't see 5 feet down, but this is great.
This is great. Have you seen that shark on Discovery hit that seal and go like 30
just-
feet into the air in slow motion?
That seal has been it has been evolutionized to not to know when danger is there. Okay,
Yeah,
it's got sensors in its body to know when something's, and that thing gone,
gone.
gone.
It could be you.
Could be you. Have fun in the ocean.
I'm good. I like.
Yeah,
I like
Have fun on
grass
your
and
jet
dirt.
ski, Dale. You're dead. You're dead, man. Anyway, yeah. So, ocean terrifying. We've established that here on the show, and everyone's
Let's
standing.
go fishing.
Ridiculous. No. You
Gonna
mean on
need
my
a bigger
PR?
boat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't need the mackerel. Why do we end with this? This is a huge story. Everyone's been talking about it. Pat Sajak has officially said goodbye after
Really?
40 years of hosting.
Wow.
With
And he's the longest by far, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did a show on that once where he's like number 2 years behind.
Yeah, nuts. For generations,
Mhm.
people have watched Pat Sajak.
So what's going on? Just getting old?
Yeah, he's been doing it for 40 years. He's got to be. How old is Pat
Yeah.
Sajak now? I mean, hell, if he gets hung up on that wheel, he's dead.
Let me guess. I'm gonna guess 76.
Pat Sajak is 77. Good guess.
Oh,
Good guess.
hell of a
77.
guess.
But yeah, so I think it's just time for him to move on. Greener.
So there's no
pastures.
reason.
I honestly, I just think he's 77. He's done it for a long time.
This is good news
Oh.
because a lot of times they're like, well, I'm dying, so I gotta go. Like that's never a good way to go.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something going on that they just haven't addressed. I will say the number of clips of Pat now saying things that were like, oh, did you hear what Pat Sajak said? Like, I think he just called a contestant like an idiot not terribly long ago or something.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe
Pat.
there's some pushback from the network. Like, hey, look,
He's
Pat
starting to
is-
lose it a little bit.
a little bit.
saying
He's
things and
He's like, why would you guess that letter? You stupid moron. It's like,
Right.
oh, Pat, calm down.
Vanna's still doing it, right?
She's still there. I guess she's going to stick around for a bit, but I mean, she
How's
can
she
also
doing?
only do it for so long. Talk about a cake gig.
Just gotta turn the letters. Go around and turn the letters around. It's a button now, isn't it?
No, exactly. But before, when she actually had to push the letter and spin it around, but now I'm not even sure she's touching it.
Right.
I don't think she is. I think it's fake. I think it automatically does it. She walks past it.
How old is she?
Vanna White, she's got to be 60 something, right?
She's still looking pretty good, I imagine.
I would absolutely. She's keeping it tight. All those steps, she's getting her steps in, man. She's
Be wearing a Fitbit up
67.
there.
She's 67.
67.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
real quick, I know we've told this before, but there was, where did we read that? Was it on Reddit or something?
Huh.
To where her and Pat Sajak used to go across the street between recordings and just get absolutely smoked, hammered.
So where
at
they
like a
videotaped-
Chili's or something.
Yeah, where they video, it was like a TGI Fridays. It wasn't even anything fancy.
All right.
No, you're right. And they talked about it. I don't know if Pat talked about it or Vanna, but in the well, who knows how long it was going on if they were still doing it. But
You know where I read it on Reddit, and it was somebody who worked at the restaurant.
worked at the restaurant where they would come in. So the story goes, because they would tape multiple episodes in a day, and they would do it for 5 months, 6 months, and then they crank them out. And in between tapings, him and Pat Sajak, all right, and him and Vanna White would go over to the Chili's across the street on
Those
Hollywood
$5
Boulevard
margaritas, man.
and just get some appetizers and a bunch of bucket of margaritas and just get smoked. Just get smoked. That's hilarious to me. You know what though? Tell you what, that's a dangerous thing to be drunk by. That big wheel.
Oh yeah.
You're a little tipsy. That thing grabs onto your coat.
You get caught up into that.
You get hung up, man. You getting hung up. So,
Did you ever see the behind the scenes of the set of Wheel of Fortune? Everything on TV looks so much bigger until you pan out and you're like, whoa.
It's a little soundstage, and you got like the wheel and the contestants. It's like a V.
It's all compact because you got to get it in TV frame. But on TV, for some reason, you just imagine this like huge auditorium that they're
massive studio. The wheels, 20 feet across, or whatever it is. No, it's actually all small. And right next door is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever. They got everything
right next door,
right there.
And the TGI Fridays.
Yeah, right there. Out of booze because of Pat and Vanna. But yeah, 40 years. I don't know about you, Hunter, but Wheel of Fortune's been a huge part of my life. I mean, you'd watch it. My mom and grandma still call each other and talk about Wheel of Fortune, like to this day. Like,
it's a great game. Yeah. You know why it's a great game? Because the audience can participate while it's happening. There are a lot of game shows out there that there's no audience participation. You kind of know the answer already. And some of those where I'm just like, why am I watching this? I'm not participating. Yeah. What's nice is you can kind of guess the puzzle as
you're watching. You try and beat these contestants, which most times I never do. Much like Jeopardy, which is just embarrassing for me and anyone around me when I'm trying to guess the Jeopardy answer.
Did you see? Oh God! Did you see the one real quick where it was something blah 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 paddle boat, and it was a pedal boat. Right?
Yeah.
PEDAL or something like that.
2 Ds.
2 Ds.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
once again, you can see why we wouldn't be good contestants.
But everybody is thinking paddle. like a PA and they all the contestants were. It's not.
Just
It's a
couldn't get
pedal
it?
boat. It's a pedal boat, not a paddle boat. But as a kid, you always said paddle, and every contestant there was like they couldn't get it. They were just.
What the hell is it?
It's a pedal boat. Oh,
Pat,
yeah, it is a pedal
Just
boat.
give me the answer.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody
if I
felt
knew
like a
Bob,
moron,
like,
including
what
me.
the hell are we doing here? Yeah. I'm sure, and this is probably something to look up, but like worst answers in Wheel of Fortune history, funniest answers. I'm sure there's a whole slew of them out there. But anyway, hey, congrats, Pat. 40 years, a lot of margaritas at TGI Fridays.
So when's his last show?
He's already done. I think he
Oh,
did
he's
it
done.
like last week or something. Yeah, he's already done. So anyway, here's
Sad.
to you. I don't know what my grandma and my actually no, Ryan Seacrest, of course, the consummate fill-in, the guy who I'm pretty sure was only created by God to host shows, is taking over. By the way, Ryan Seacrest.
Seacrest is really interesting.
He's got a good face for it.
Yeah, and he'll be there for another 90 years.
Yep, probably.
Kind of like what Drew Carey's doing, you know.
The kind of shape Seacrest is in. I mean, he's getting younger. I'm pretty sure he's getting blood transfusions from,
that guy's getting adrenochrome, man.
Whatever it is, man, because he looks younger than he did 10 years ago. So,
yeah.
All right, anyway, there you go. That's your morning dump. We'll be back. All right, there we go. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Scott, good to be back. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Eric. Eric.
Eric.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Chewy. I sure bet you loved eating fish. What are you, a gay fish? One of the best episodes
South
ever.
Park, man.
So funny.
It's Kanye.
Mark said Vanna White is worth 86 million.
86 million. Jesus, dude.
For what? For what?
It's just got lucky.
Being good looking?
Yeah.
I think I have her Playboy somewhere. Her Playboys.
She did Playboy?
She did Playboy early on. I think before Wheel of Fortune, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
Good morning, Amanda. Good to be back. Thank you.
Wait, she did Playboy?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
What's that weird slapping noise back there? Gross. All right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Have you seen the I don't know, is there a new Godzilla coming out, or maybe it's already out?
There's one that's I think out already, yeah.
There's a trailer everywhere. It's all over my Facebook. Even some of the CGI nowadays, you can kind of almost put yourself into it. Like, dude, F water. I'm good on water. You imagine floating around and that thing popping out? God.
Godzilla is very like the kimono dragon, alligator, kind of esque, like all those things. It's not far off from some of the lizards, or reptilian things we have here. And it's like, how do we know that fucker's not down there somewhere?
Yeah. I just saw this weird thing that they're saying scientists are baffled by it, but they found a sperm whale in the Amazon rainforest. Yeah.
Or like the skeleton of it?
No, like a full-blown sperm whale. Just right
Guys,
there.
I'm really lost.
I was looking into it and they were saying there was like a really super high tide and it like washed in, but somehow got like past a bunch of trees. And then the high tide went back to low tide. And so this thing's just kind of sitting there in the middle of the Amazon. Not in the middle, but like way offshore.
Yeah.
And I guess people were just like, what?
The fuck?
Aliens, bro.
Pick that thing up. That is filling my beer.
All right, you got your sports thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, on the plan. Out of it. They didn't aimed at Jonathan's. A 39-year-old man from Florida. It's from Pennsylvania. A 39-year-old.
Shooby dooby doo. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to. Oh, Ricky said Kong and Godzilla team up.
All right.
Yeah, when did King Kong and Godzilla become a thing?
Well,
it's kind of like Deadpool and Wolverine doing a movie together now. It's like,
well, they're both Japanese, right?
Japanese. Is
I
King
think
Kong a
so.
Japanese thing?
I believe so. I don't want to be, misquote anything, but here we go. Snuck up on me there. Hey, good morning. 7:33. It's Brock. It's Hunter.
Morning.
There we go. Don't forget, we are streaming. Go find us on the stream. Have a little fun with us. We'll be on for the next half hour or so. Right now, let's keep her moving here. It is time for sports. As always, sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
Bud Distributing, getting you stocked up with delicious Bud Light, Tall, Cool, Budweiser's, other great drinks, man. It doesn't matter what you got going on. Make sure the party is going by getting stocked up with Bud Distributing. As always, remember to drink wiser, Bud.
Hey, real quick, to recap last hour because Brock's got something I'm not quite interested in. So, real quick, Celtics lost last night to the Mavericks. I'm sorry. Celtics beat the Mavericks 105-98. Boston's leading 2-0. Doncic had a triple-double, still lost. It's going to be a tough series for the Mavs. So Boston proven to be a force to be reckoned with, man. So
Boston packed the can, have it yet.
Boston. Yeah, and they're still giving Caitlin Clark hell. So
yeah, I don't know.
She's not going to be on the Olympic team for some reason. So
the most talked about female athlete probably ever at this point.
So that's where we're at. That was a quick recap of last hour. So
I like it. And I'm sure we'll talk more. Again, my Caitlin Clark thing is conspiracy theory in me says she is on the she could be an alternate. I think they're gonna be like, whoa, we screwed up. Let's injure someone. Let's lead pipe one of the players, and then we'll bring in Caitlin and we'll fix this whole mess.
Yeah, my conspiracy theory is she's screeching a wig.
Yeah, that's true. And I think both viable. Both hold water. Both hold water.
Never knew Screech could shoot, but
Basketball Jones. Love it. No, okay. So mine is I saw this. It was a meme or whatever. It came up on Facebook, and I was like, "It's an interesting question and something I think we could open it up to." So it was just a photo of a guy putting, and it says Bryson DeChambeau can make this putt for you to win $500,000, or you can use his putter to make it for $5 million. And I would say the putt is, it's not short, but not terribly.
How long is the putt?
I would say maybe 10 feet.
10 feet, 10-foot putt, a 10-foot putt.
10-foot putt.
That's not a long putt.
Maybe longer. I should. You know what? I should have. Here, let me send it to you. Let me send this to you.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is interesting. This is an interesting question.
Actually,
so we got to talk. What are we talking here? We talking Masters greens where they're running like a 12, 13, however high they go. Or are we talking like, your local municipal
right?
Seven jag, both bouncing everywhere.
So here, this is. I just shared it now.
Bryson DeChambeau can make this putt for you to win $500K. Where's the flag at? You can see the putt or the hole right there.
There's the hole right there.
So that's probably a 15-footer, 20-footer, maybe
a little bit farther. I didn't do a good job.
Though, it's still viable for a person like you and I to get lucky to win. How much?
So $5 million if you do the putt, or
500,000.
Or 500,000 if you let the pro do it. If you let Bryson do it. So here, actually, this is a little bit better of a view. That's kind of a far putt.
Yeah, you let Bryson do it.
Get more than likely guaranteed 500,000.
Here's the thing: the dude is, obviously, he's a pro. He's one of the best pros. The guy has got a flush putter swing.
Mhm.
He's one of those pure putter guys. He uses an arm lock putter. Doesn't miss very often. Oh, I think you let Bryson putt it.
Because here's the thing.
It's almost guaranteed, man. I mean,
It's almost guaranteed. Like you're almost guaranteeing yourself $500,000. Or I shanked. Now, yes, I've
does it
made
break?
some putts.
It's a putt break.
I don't know. That's the hard part. Exactly. Are we talking about the 10th there at Harbor Shores?
Right.
Forget it. Forget it. I'm not.
To me, that putt right there on that picture looks like it's going a little bit left to right. Even on some of these greens, you think it's just going to go an inch, but it'll break like 2 feet.
Now here, this is kind of what I wanted to bring up. Now the question, we have this putt here. All right, you let Bryson do it, $500,000, or you do it, $5 million. That's tough. I think I'd be sick to my stomach if I shanked that putt and I like, damn it, I could have had 500,000. Now let's bring it up. What sport would you put this conversation into where you'd think you'd have the best shot to make it yourself? Like a deep
Basketball.
like a deep three, like a pro three.
Yeah. I think like a comparison, like that putt right there that you look at on the stream, would probably be to a person like you and I, equivalent to like a half court shot.
Right.
Maybe not. Maybe a little closer.
A little closer. A deep three.
I think you're making that putt before you're making a half court shot.
Yeah.
That's a tough question, man.
Tough question because $5 million.
$5 million.
Now, what about this? Okay, let's bring up some other sports. Or like you bring in, 500,000 Steph Curry or you on a three-pointer.
Oh, dude, here you go, Steph.
Steph, give me the $500,000.
Make it rain.
Give me the 500,000, right? Or hockey. What? Maybe a chance you got to make it past a goalie. Like I'm trying to think of some other sports where you'd be like, all right, what would be
the hockey one would be where they put the little slot. They put the board in front of the goal, that little hockey puck size slot.
Right.
You know, that's an interesting question, man.
Yeah, put some other sports in there, or like baseball.
The way I've been putting, here you go, Bryson. Take it. You could make that a 1 foot putt, and I'd still hand it over to him and be like, dude,
look, I want to guarantee this. I want to guarantee this.
I would lip that putt out 9 out of 10 times.
Damn it. So, yeah.
Wait, so what are you doing? Are you attempting it?
What, the putt? I'm giving it to Bryson. No, I'm taking the 500. I'm taking the 500.
Bryson can putt.
Honestly, I would find the worst pro on tour. I'm giving him
absolutely.
I'm so inconsistent with my putting, and it's like, look, guaranteed 500,000. All right, come on.
So that putter he's using, it's called an arm lock putter.
Yeah,
you kind of like lock it up by your forearm.
Yeah,
I made one. Did I tell you this story? I think I did last week or 2 weeks ago. I made one. I just wanted to experiment with it. And I'm sure it's not the specs. I'm sure it's not, the pro version of any sort, but I extended the shaft on one of my putters to try this out. Mm-hmm. So I took it to the course the other day, put it in my bag. It sticks out of your bag a lot more because it's longer.
Yeah.
Went to reach into my car to grab something else out of my car, but the bag falls off my car, snaps the putter in half. No joke. Didn't even get to use it. First day on the course with it in the bag drops, snaps the putter. I'm like, this is God telling me to never use this putter, never try it.
That's the golf gods saving you a round of embarrassment. Yeah,
round. Saved me like $30 there of a full round of just misery.
Perfect. You can embarrass yourself just making the bag heavier. Don't do it.
So excited about it too. I'm like,
I
made this. This is a custom putter, guys. Snap.
I made this myself. Snap. Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a question there. Like I think with and even the large discrepancy of money, I think I'm still going with the pro in most scenarios.
Yeah, you're gonna want to. What do they say? Most pros 10 feet, and then it's going in.
It's going in.
Is that what the number is? 10 feet? Like it's automatic. Most pros are like automatic almost from 10 feet.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Oh, 10, dude. I see 10 feet. I'm like, oh, is that club length? Is that
double bogey? And I'm on the green in 2.
Yeah. You just
double bogey.
You wasted a fantastic drive and a hell of a chip in. All right.
You're blowing that ball by that hole. I mean, there's no chance.
Honestly, golfing for me, one of the worst things. One of the worst things is when you chip it on and you're like, awesome, but you're like,
I should be a pro.
You're 15 feet out. You're like, here we go, triple putt. Here we go, triple putt, and just put a snowman down. I'm done. I'm done.
Blows right by the hole for $5 million. Not even a shot.
I couldn't get it just any closer, just a little bit.
Hey, and if you don't blow it by like 30 feet, then what? It's short, like 15. You know, there's no middle ground there.
And then all your buddies go, "Oh, here's your tampon. Get it up there, Susie."
You know, you want to hear a good golf tip? My brother told me this one time when I was real young, and he's like, think about this. And he went and grabbed the flag and he laid the flag over the hole. He's like, all right, now putt. And he's like, try to land the ball. It doesn't matter if you aim 4 feet right or left. If it lands close to that pin, you only have 4 feet left.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if you aim a mile that way. As long as you're pin high, you're still going to have a shorter putt. So it's all about distance.
Yeah.
Try to roll it next to that hole, you know.
What's his advice if I am in the bunker again? What is
I
that?
have advice for that.
What's his advice if I chunked the chip and it went 3 feet? What's that?
Pick a different sport.
You're done.
You're done.
Mark down the 8. Give me a snowman.
Get a glizzy at the turn.
Snowy on the golf course today. Anyway. So there you go. Maybe think about it. Think about what sport you would maybe give it a shot in, or let the pros do it. Let the pros do it.
Okay, how about this? I'm going to give you one last scenario in a sport that you love. Fishing. You got an hour to catch. What's a big bass? What would be a big consider like a big
10-pounder or something?
Yeah,
I mean,
10-pounder.
Or
something reasonable. We'll say a 7-pound bass.
Okay, that's so my biggest one was 21 and a half and like 5 pounds, 2 ounces. There's a big
we'll say 5 pounds.
That's a big bass. That's a big fish.
An hour to do it, but a pro also has an hour to do it.
Like Bill Dance or something like that.
Yeah. But fishing's random though. I mean, there is some skill to it. Obviously, you have to choose, and you just have to know the knowledge of it. But would you take the pole or would you give it away?
I think I'm going to give it to Bill Dance. I think it's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let him take it. I'm going to let him take it.
Pretty good idea.
I feel like I would be less disappointed. You know, like I'll be the net man. I'll net it. I'll do it. Yeah. Then I'll take the money.
You're lucky you would get it, and they would put it on the scale, and then some guy would stand up and say, "You got weights and fish. We got weights and fish." Oh no! Why'd you cut it open?
I didn't.
Is that Brock? Is that Brock?
Put those in there,
dude. He put a 45-pound plate in that fish. How do you get it in there? The fish was looking like a sunfish.
He just taped a bag of concrete to it. It doesn't make sense.
It's stretched out.
Unbelievable.
You got weights and fish.
Weights and fish. Weights and fish. God, it's so good. I haven't heard that in a while. I have to go visit that one.
Wonder how that guy's doing.
Not well. Not well, probably.
Yeah.
Not well. Maybe he took up golfing. He took up golfing. All right. Anyway, anything else? I think that's good. We can end All right. Sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
We'll be back. We got weights and fish.
We're just talking about that over the week.
Nobody mess with him on the way in the parking lot.
All right. Hey, who was the guy that we were talking about years ago that was the cheater, the fishing cheater? I was talking about him yesterday too, because we were on the boat talking about fishing. The guy who taped the two fish together to make the world record or whatever.
God.
What was that guy's name? But it was the guy that some dude videotaped from like a mountain because they thought he was cheating, and they caught him, and he ended up having like a live well in a Suburban that he was just taking fish from.
So you'd go out and catch fish and then like keep them
alive.
I don't know why they didn't check boats. You know what I mean? Like, hey, before you jump this boat in, we're just going to peek around in here. You know what I mean?
Make sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were handing him the fish. Somebody else was in on it, like on the shore somewhere or something.
And like the ones that were cut together, that was ones where like you take the photo, you weigh it, and you take the photo and everything. But he was literally Frankensteining these fish
together. Like, damn, dude. Come on.
It's smart. But yeah, dude, he was like, fucking all sorts of sponsorship
Yeah.
dollars and
Yeah, and
you
he'd
know,
been doing
free
it for like
vote.
years and years until
Yep.
somebody
Yeah.
was like, dude, this
Yeah,
is
like
we're
20
done.
years. They're like, there's no way this guy is this
Yeah.
good. Because he'd go out on other boats.
Mhm.
He'd 40 whenever he had to
That's
fish. with
right.
That's right. Yeah. Whenever
And
he
he's
had to
talk.
fish with someone.
Like
Yeah.
one guy was like, dude, this guy doesn't even know the right lure to put on in this situation. Like, this
Yeah,
is
what are
kind
you
of
doing?
odd that this is the best fisherman in the.
Don't you think too, though, like on his part, like after 20 years, you'd pick up some knowledge, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like just try some stuff out, you know?
Or just maybe not do it all the time. Like
And what
don't
was he
make it so
doing?
obvious.
Right. And what was he doing to catch the other fish? You know, like
Right.
how would you just luck? Was he using dynamite or something? It doesn't make sense.
Right. It's a good question.
You know, I don't know.
Trout. No, I always want to say Mike Trout, but that's a baseball player.
Yeah.
I think it was Mike something.
I'll look it up when I get a sec. We got 30 seconds here. The topic is what's something you're oddly proud of but rarely talk about?
Oddly proud of, but rarely talk about.
I'm trying to think if I wrote anything down.
I got a good one, and just take me through the cleaners, dude. Just
All right, yeah. No problem. No problem. Well, who doggy? Good morning. 7:49, 7:50. I'll round up. It's the Plan B Morning Show. Brock Hunter.
Morning. Here we go.
Don't forget,
What's
we're
that?
streaming. We'll be on for the next 10, 15 minutes or so. Get it on. It's time for your topic of the day. So let's get right to it. And I'll be honest, I forgot. We did this one a week and a half ago, basically,
right.
where we recorded it to talk about it and everything.
Yeah, I just got refreshed. Yeah, he just told me what the
I'll
topic
see
was.
how it goes. But what's something you're oddly proud of but rarely talk about? Oddly proud of but rarely talk about.
Maybe not so much oddly proud of. I'm just proud of, but rarely talk about. And I don't even want to talk about it right now. But this is one that over time, I'm just like, just don't say anything. Just let it go. It's fine. It's fine. The Jeep. So my father, my brother, and I built a Jeep in 2016. And I get it. I'm 38 years old. I don't have a history of building crazy things. And I'm not going to sit here and say I built it purely with just these hands.
Right.
There were two other pairs of hands involved into this. But I was there and I built everything on this thing. All right. Nothing was done unless I was there and nose deep, hands deep, elbows deep into this thing, right? And there's been years and years of so that Jeep your father built, and I'm like, yes, he did. He did, but I did too. I was there. I learned, and there was a lot of blood and sweat put into that Jeep. And over time, I've just accepted that, like, nobody's gonna believe it. Nobody's gonna believe that I was there, that I did
Hunter,
it.
the most upset I think I've gotten you on this show
Was around that.
I remember it. I couldn't tell you the date. I couldn't tell you,
I
but
think you're right. I do remember this.
I was prodding at you about the Jeep. I'm like, did you really?
I'm like, dude.
You just like, you got so. I was like, well, look, Hunter. I mean, look, I'm not saying you didn't help, but did you like?
God, just leave it alone.
And eventually, I'm like, I got to stop this. Like, this is going to end the show.
Yeah,
Like,
you start to steam up a little. It's just the 12-hour days that you spend that you're like, come on, somebody give me something here. Like.
I think I was making a lot of like, well, I mean, I know you held the flashlight on.
You know what? Okay. So in perspective, from in 2015, could I have sat down and built a Jeep like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right. So I do understand. Yes, there's a lot of Steve Wright into that, man. Obvious. He's the Jeep guy. I learned from him.
Yeah.
But we built it. Damn it. We put it together. If I had to build a Jeep right now, probably not to that quality, but I could do it. I could do it. I could sit here and say I could build a Jeep.
Could you?
Nope. Nobody's gonna believe that.
And that's probably why you don't talk about it.
it.
That's probably why you don't talk about it.
Radio hands. You're telling me you can build. Yeah, I can. Maybe.
You know what, buddy?
I'm proud of it.
From this day forward, I want you to talk about it. All right, we won't say anything. We won't.
I
say
drive that thing with pride, and you know what? You will know how much I put into that Jeep if anybody else asks to drive it.
Yeah.
Even my dad. My dad is like to my sisters, which my sister, Nikki, if she's on the stream, she can drive the hell out of a stick. She's been driving since she was 2.
We know that.
Oh, God. She would love that comment, by the way.
I know
She would. She would lean into that. And even when my dad's like, "Here you go, here are the keys," and I'm sitting in the corner like, "Dad, you're just giving those keys up really, really easily." You know, it's because he's done so many things. He's built so many things over the years.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, here you go, I trust you. For me, it was the first. For me,
Yeah.
like that is my child.
Yeah.
That orange diesel over there is my child, and I treat it like my child. Don't look at it. Don't breathe on it.
No, just don't touch it.
I don't even want to drive it because I'm afraid I'm going to wreck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Get that chip in the paint.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a great answer for this topic. That's
You know specifically that I get hot and bothered around that.
That's why I think this is funny. It's a good one. It's a great answer.
Starting to understand why.
I know how proud you are of it. All right.
Yeah.
But just if you talk about it, we're gonna
Did
rag
you?
you.
Did you?
Did you? Good answer.
You know what?
I like it.
I knew this was going to be the case at the time, so I took a bunch of pictures. But here's the problem: who's taking the pictures?
You
Me. I'm not in any of them. And so I start showing this album. They're like, "Oh, there's a lot of pictures of your dad working on the Jeep." I'm like, "Damn it!"
So your dad and brother built this Jeep. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
There's no winning in this scenario.
So did you just come over? Did you like leave the kitchen for a while to come over and take some photos?
I made him some PB&Js while he built it. Shut
And then
up.
he got hungry. I brought him some lemonade and took some photos. That's funny. Good answer. Good answer. I like it. For me, not as funny, not as good, but something that I'm oddly proud of, but rarely talk about. And we discuss it, but growing up on the farm and all like the farm stuff I did, I don't think most people care that I was on a farm.
Yeah.
But you know,
It sounded like you did a lot of work.
it was, that's all it was. That's all it's, and I'm super happy I don't have to do it anymore, but I'm proud of that. I'm proud of showing animals and shearing sheep.
Farm work every day for you? Did you have to do? Is that where you won your famous trophy, your bird trophy?
I mean, I got a pigeon trophy, folks. What else?
So working on the farm as a kid, was every day you had to do at least like one task or something?
Every effing day we had chores. That's what I get so mad at my brother. So my
work first,
Yeah.
second.
And my dad and my mom, bless their hearts, we hobby farmed, but we were way too big to be called a hobby farm. It was a full-time job on top of it. Anyway, I'm mad at my brother because he has 3 kids who have gotten off so easy on farm work because he's now running the old farm. He's doing the petting farm there. And those kids, I swear to God, every time I go there, I'm like, why aren't you guys out? You know what I had to do every single out there shoveling crap and feeding animals. They're like, they got off easy, man. So
I filled them hay bale uphill both ways
in the snow. Even though you don't get hay in the winter, but still it was there.
I got a quick question of a thing you said earlier. So a hobby farm, are hobbies supposed to not have anything to do with work?
So here's the thing. Hobby farmers are the type of people. A hobby farm is like a Beth with her 2 goats and maybe a few chickens. That's a hobby farm. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe, but we had, 400 sheep and 200 head of cattle and chicken and crops. And it's like, Dad, have a full-time, Mom has a full-time job.
Started as a hobby farm.
It started,
Just grew,
and then we're like, hey, let's get all these, let's do all these animals. So it's a full-time job on top of everything else. But I am very proud of it. I'm excited to continue that with my daughter, and I'm happy my brother does it. But I don't think most people care that.
Here's one thing that I don't think I would ever want to do in my life is be in a hop barn like that in the dead nuts of August, throwing hay around. Oof.
Oh, haying's the worst. Being in the mow is the worst job in the world. And I was always youngest and smallest, so I was always up in the mow,
Yeah.
just sucking in chaff and it's
up in
hot.
the upper level too, where
And
it's
here's the
even
thing.
hotter.
You can't wear shorts while you're hucking hay bales around. Your
Yeah.
legs will be just destroyed. So there you are in jeans.
Just sticky.
All right. Oh, the worst. The worst. And there was always one more wagon. There was always one more wagon.
Where are these wagons coming from?
Swear to God, we got to get it in before the rain hits.
Oh yeah.
Dad. Unbelievable.
I hope a twister comes and just
It's
takes
just
this
take
whole
this-
thing.
Just rip this farm apart. That sucks.
I'm sick of this, Dad.
Gotta feed one more cow. Anyway, we got some answers here on Facebook. Let's get to it on our socials. What's something you're oddly proud of but rarely talk about? Let's see. Crystal had a good one. Not buying everything in my Amazon cart.
Yeah. Hey.
Good answer.
Hey.
Good answer.
So what do you
Sure.
put it in the cart? Are you saving it for later? Are you putting it in the cart? Or you just don't pull the trigger? How's that work?
Yeah, I think you do save for later. Save for
Mhm.
later. I honestly have. Well, so I started a list finally because my save for later was just full and I couldn't
Yeah.
keep anything
I
organized.
don't think I've ever bought anything from the save it for later column.
It's tough. Like I got a few things in there right now. I'm ready to pull the trigger on, but it's like maybe I wait till payday or we'll kind of see, or do I need it right now? It's
It's like
tough.
the procrastination column. That's what it is. It's like, I'm going to buy it. No, you're not. You're not going to buy it later.
Or
You just,
sometimes, you know what I'll do? I'll put it in there as a reminder for
Mhm.
something else or like what I'm looking for, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna maybe see if I can shop around a little
no,
bit.
here's what the save it for later is. It's so your significant other, if you're sharing the same account, can see that and it gives them ideas for gifts
Yeah,
for
there
your
you go.
birthday, Christmas.
I don't know if you've
Just go
seen
to
the,
the Amazon. You know?
Yeah. seeing the save for later. There's some stuff in there. There's some stuff in there I might want. But hey, way to show restraint. You should be proud of that. You should be proud of that. Let's see. Ryan had a good answer. Something he's oddly proud of, but rarely talks about. My lawn battle with my neighbors. That's good stuff.
Oh.
That's good stuff. Actually, oh my God.
This is a good. This is
It's a good answer.
very relatable.
It's a good answer. We'll talk more about it. Hold on. But before I forget, I have to talk about this. Again, when I was visiting my in-laws down in Missouri this past week, at one point I was outside doing something in the truck. I don't know if I was bringing whatever. One of their neighbors, an older lady, was out mowing her lawn with her electric mower.
Oh, I see.
I was laughing my ass off because Hunter, when you look at it, it's actually really funny to watch because it just looks like a crazy person out there pushing.
Right. It doesn't make any noise.
So I'm just watching this lady and she just looks like a nut bar just pushing a mower that's not running.
It's not running. It's like a ninja out there. See, I told you.
I know. Now I get what you're saying. That is great. You could you could mow your
Straight
lawn
ninja.
at 2:00 in the morning. It doesn't matter.
Nobody would know.
Looking at it, it looks crazy. It
Yeah.
looks like someone is just out there who has lost their mind, just
Right.
pushing a non-running mower.
You gotta
through their
turn that thing on, you know.
I was dying laughing. You know what it's like? It's like that guy on the subway who's having a conversation in his Bluetooth, but you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
see the Bluetooth, so you think he's talking to you,
talking
or
to
just
himself.
no, he's
Dude's
he's on the
losing.
phone.
Oh.
What are
No,
you doing?
he's
I'm
just
on the
with it.
phone.
He's just with the times,
Oh.
just like the electric mower. He's with the
Yeah.
times.
So I thought of you and I laughed as
Mm-hmm.
as it looked like this crazy old lady was just pushing her
Mhm.
broken lawnmower through the through the
Question:
yard.
did she have a huge smile on her face?
She looked very happy. She looked very happy. Look,
That
that's what
nice
also-
light lawnmower. That, oh,
But
man.
What added to me thinking she was nuts, you know? If she would have been in a moo, forget about it. I'm calling
Right.
her family members, be like, look,
Yeah.
Beverly's lost it. Okay.
You
She's
know?
out there.
You know why? She didn't have to mix oil into the gas. She didn't have to change a part. She didn't have to do this, that. She didn't have to spend a half an hour cranking on that thing to fire it up. No. Big smile.
You look like a nut bar. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more here. Trisha said my garden, Yeah. which is surprising because a lot of people with gardens talk about their gardens a lot, which I mean, it's a lot of work, more than I want to do.
You know what I hear about gardens all the time? Is why don't you have a garden anymore? It's because when it's about time to harvest, all the animals eat everything.
Yeah.
It's like unless you have this huge fence or if the rabbits always find their way in there, whatever eats the crop finds its way.
I saw a great meme about that, and it was like a photo of a garden, like a tomato plant, and it said, "I'm so excited." So in 4 months, and after all this, like it just listed off all of these things. I'll be able to harvest a plant I could have bought, a vegetable I could have bought for 49 cents at the
Exactly. Right.
Look, get it? Maybe it's the all right. It's you put the time and effort in. It's yours.
The hobby of it, you know.
It's got to be.
Well, let's be honest. Are you feeding your family?
Yeah.
Are you guys set for the rest? No.
I think I could go to Aldi and I'd be just fine. Just fine filling up that.
You always
cart.
get like one good tomato out of the plant.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, this is the one.
This is the one the bugs didn't get. Come, children, we get to eat. Dad, I'm hungry. Nah, not yet. The tomatoes aren't ready. Let's see.
Well, rabbits aren't. They're not hungry.
Yeah. Kenny said being circumcised. All right, we can end on that. We can end on that.
So what's the topic again?
Something you're oddly proud of, but rarely talk about.
What an odd answer. Proud. Hey, you know what? You should knuckle your parents for that one, I guess. You didn't do anything.
I mean, it's not a conversation usually at the party. You don't walk up and be like, you know what? Guys, I'm pretty proud. Circumcised.
What? What are you proud of?
Yeah. Look at my penis. What?
Oh.
All right. We're going to take a break. We got more coming up. Stick around.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Hey, good morning, David. Thank you. Good to be back. Glad to be entertaining the masses, the tens of people. All right. Well, hey, I think we're all good for now. I'm going to get some shit done. But thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Good chatting with you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, good to be back. Went surprisingly well. Surprisingly well. All right. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.